I just want to thank y'all for a great year for Profound Ponder. Um, I had a little bit of my hiatus, but we got back, we got strong, and we continuing to make more. But overall, Happy New Year. It's coming up. I think this is coming out on the 31st. So I guess like the main thing I want to do is you know promote the idea of being intentional uh, and grounding yourself in the present. Bringing myself back to that always. But I feel like with New Year's and new opportunities like this, people often, find a lot of passion, find a lot of motivation towards their goals, especially towards the beginning of the year. And towards the end, it begins to fizzle out. Like even for me, I had a pretty set in stone plan as to how I wanted Profound Pondering to go, or how I wanted to upload, or how I wanted to do things. And, it didn't work here, it didn't work there. And half of it was because, I didn't hold myself accountable. And I feel like it's almost an act of self love to be able to sacrifice some of your present moment in order to have a better future. Sacrificing the now for a better future for yourself. I feel like we should do that. Not to say that you should just abandon everything you have in the present. Have now, more so, invest in yourself. You know, Stop letting your dreams and aspirations just be dreams and aspirations. I feel like everyone has an opportunity and chance to better themselves, to get better, to pursue the things that which their heart tends towards, rather than just being fixated within a societal guideline. Not to say like you just got to be out the box, but to say that if you have something you want to do with your life, I feel like you should do it. I feel like that's what the new year is all about. And not so much so the new year, but in you know sort of changing your representation of yourself. People have these goals like I'm going to go to the gym every day, or I'm going to do this every day, or I'm going to do this. And they're all good things. But I think where we fail is visualization as well as persistence. We fail to see ourselves how we want to be, and we fail to feel like that. We see ourselves and we're like, oh, this gym stuff's not even working out. But it's about that discipline. It's about continuing to persist. I feel like that's what gets you to your goal. That's what gets you to your objective, is endurance. You can't just lie dormant all the time and just expect things to go in your favor. It's not. It's not gonna work like that. So I guess my message for the new year is intention. You got to be intentional about the things you wish to have, and the things you wish to do. He who jumps owes no explanation to those who sit and watch. See, at first I was like, that just means, you know, if you do something, you owe nobody an explanation. I think it's much deeper. It's about having faith in yourself, having faith to do something regardless of your outside circumstance. You know, you're jumping regardless of whether or not everyone else around you is jumping. Of course, be careful, but we always have time, or you always have time. You have more time. You still have time. So what's the point in not investing in yourself? What's the point in not, you know, giving yourself that one shot to be better, to make yourself into exactly what you want to be? Our overall objective is often gets twisted. I feel like we focus too much on both material and fast acting results. I feel like a lot of us are fixated with seeing the fruits of our labor instantaneously, rather than being patient about them, or um, anything around that area. If you do something, why not share it with the world? I feel like we live our lives like we have so much time. Or, I don't know, yeah, we live our lives like we have so much time, and then think about it as if we have none. In saying that, I mean that we always put ourselves on the back burner. Not to say you shouldn't have the Puritan work ethic, or you shouldn't sacrifice your now for a greater future. It's that you should. But the way you do it should be intentional. You know, it's one thing to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to be intentional about this, da, da, da. And then on your day to day, you're just sitting around doing nothing. You're sitting around your phone on TikTok, da, da, da. Not to say that's a bad thing, but to say that, you know, there's a lot of free time and downtime that a lot of us have that we aren't using to pursue our goals, to get better, to further develop how we want our life to go. It's one thing to state it. It's one thing to embody it. I feel like embodying what you want, embodying your desire, is an easy way to get to where you want. It's about, you know, making your actions match your words. You know, if you say you want this thing, you're gonna have to act like it. You know, if you wanna change your circumstance, if you wanna change who you are, if you wanna change the way you're perceived, the way you feel about yourself, it all starts now. You know, it's easy to say this new year, new me type stuff. It's an everyday thing. I wish we could realize how much we change every day, how much we tend to develop, how much we grow in short amount of time. Like, for example, in these last 2 weeks, I feel like I've gained so much insight as to who I am, what I want to do, and how I want to pursue it. Not to say I have everything written out, but you know, a lot of stuff can come to you in a short amount of time, and it's up to us to validate that, to validate our own feelings, to be a friend to ourselves, treat ourselves like someone we're trying to help, and that's what 2024 should be about. You know, so if you're watching this video, I appreciate you. But make sure you're doing it for you. Don't neglect others now. But make sure you're allocating time for your future, for who you are. You know, it's one thing that, oh yeah, I'm in school, I'm doing my work. That's one thing. But actively pursue that. You know, take the steps you need in order to get to your desired goal. You know, feel free to express yourself. Give yourself platforms for expression. You know, try to be as healthy as possible, both mentally, physically, spiritually. And make sure you're cultivating the things you want into your life. Make sure you're putting your effort in. He who thinks the journey is over is the one that's truly lost. Make sure you're putting your effort in. You know, you think you think you're done. You think you've put in enough. You think you should be reaping the benefits. Keep going, man. Like, just keep going. There's so much possibility and potential within the world. I feel like any one of us can succeed if we just, really tended to try. So, with that being said, enjoy the new year. If you're watching, if you're an OG Profound Ponder, you made it this far. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. I hope I've created an impact. I hope I continue. And Happy New Year.